All right, dog.
All right, Joe.
It's all good. It's all good. Okay, cool. So, guys, welcome back. Today, we are going to be tuning this. Dan the man right there. We're going to give it all the sauce and see what she does. So, everything's working. I got everything just kind of installed on it right now. After the dyno session, I'm going to retuck everything, but for the most part, it's just easy access right now. So, kind of give you guys a quick little thing. This is the low level sensor light, and then this is the control module. So we have that cranked up to 8. We're gonna go full send. This is the test button to test the meth. It's on, it's armed. So yeah. So we're hooking it up to the dyno right now. We're gonna max out pump gas before we start doing meth injection. So Dan's installing the knock sensors. That's the best way to push these to the limit, honestly. So he's got all the wiring for the knock sensor. And what the knock sensor does is essentially it just mounts onto the block and it listens. It actually listens for like pinging noises or pre-detonation. So with that, we're going to be able to achieve max horsepower on pump gas.
Here, let me grab a light. Do you have a light?
Yeah, here.
This guy right there. Ideally, I'd like to have it closer to the combustion chamber, but being that we don't have any room, there's not much room there. Turbo manifold's in the way. We're going to have to settle for this location here.
I'm not gonna speak on it yet, but I don't know what you're talking about. He's got something in the making, so he's gonna be the next new James out here.
You can't leak that information.
We can't leak it yet, but yeah. So we'll probably see some videos on his car once we start putting it together. But he's got a really cool build coming up. Essentially, the very similar engine. Getting it bent and sleeved right now, full head packaged, turbo tough rods, all the good stuff. You're reckless, dude. No freaking Harbor Freight jacks. So I'm gonna go ahead and start adapting the pods to the car.
So what's your guesses on power?
Our goal is just to make over 600 on pump gas. That's our goal. You know, it's not really essentially a high peak horsepower because we know we have a lot of limiting factors. So small turbo, that's it. Other than that though, this engine was built to handle 800 just fine.
Show them the old boost curve. So that's
yeah.
nearly 100% boost control duty cycle.
So yeah, so this is the old data logs off of this car. So
peak
right
boost,
here,
34.5 peak boost at 5,700 RPM.
And that's a 58.
And up top, it would go all the way down to 26. So
Yeah.
it just, if you look at the shape of the actual boost curve, it just couldn't hold boost anymore. Just really choking out. Probably a lot of exhaust manifold back pressure there, just not letting it breathe.
So guys, these are mainline Pro Hub dynos. These are awesome. The nice part about tuning with these is that there's no wheel slippage, which is great because then we can max out peak horsepower. That's with any platform, any Camaro, any high horsepower vehicle number out there. These are rated for 3,000 horsepower. So we haven't had nothing come close to that, but it's good to have the insurance, you know what I mean? The pods, they're just little hub adapters. You can get these for 5 lug, 4 lug. This is my new up height for 2022. Y'all don't even know.
Here, let me show them why we're doing it.
Okay.
Here,
Hold on,
I'm gonna take it off. Check this out, guys. One issue we have with guys running open up pipes and trying to get wideband O2 readings is the O2 sensor is way too close to the outlet of the pipe. And what happens is under very low speeds where there's very low airspeed in the up pipe, fresh air can go in and contaminate the O2 sensor readings, giving you false readings. So what you'll usually see when you're driving and you're getting turbulence in there is the wideband will start reading pretty lean. And it'll be really inconsistent. So what we're doing is we're installing this up pipe here so that there's a really long, the pipe is really long and it's harder for fresh air to go in there and contaminate our readings. So this is just solely for tuning purposes. Once we finish and we know that the fuel map is dialed in just right, it's gonna come off and then, yeah, and then James is gonna be happy.
It actually looks like it was made for it.
Yeah, look.
We should just leave it on there. Dude, we got the car on the dyno. It's warming up right now. We're about to do some partial throttles, get some fine tuning in. I posted a video on my social media this morning of me doing a fat pull in it on race gas. Sorry guys. So I did a pull in it this morning because I don't know if my car will live through the night. We're gonna be doing pulls on pump gas. We're gonna max out pump gas. We're gonna max out the meth system, and then we're gonna put race fuel and meth. So we'll see how it goes. Our goal tonight is just to make over 600. So I had to step out of the shop. So tonight we're gonna be doing a lot of testing. We're gonna be doing a shit ton of pulls on the dyno. We're gonna be maxing out pump gas. So as you see, Dan hooked up the NOx sensors. We're gonna push pump gas to its limits. And then we're gonna do pump gas and meth injection. Our goal is to make max power. So we're just doing this all for data. Like 100% meth injection on a street car or just a simple setup like mine has never been done before. So we're gonna be testing those things, figuring them out, and hopefully my car lives through tonight, honestly. So I'm interested to see. Doing some pulls right now on pump gas. We're going through and we're checking all the air fuel ratios. So the meth, you can tell the meth kicked on right here at about 11 PSI. So this is with meth and this is without. So right now we're gonna try and blend that in there, clean up that air fuel ratio. But
That's a huge change.
it is, that's good. That last pull was on pump gas, no meth yet, no meth. So he's gonna max out pump gas first, and then we're gonna add meth. So yeah. Just maxed out pump gas. Well, we didn't really max it out yet. We just are at a safe stopping point. So this is the last pull right here.
508.
Made 508 horsepower on pump gas.
Let's look at the actual curve.
That's freaking crazy. So check that out. Yeah, you want to go ahead and explain the knock monitor to us, Dan?
Yeah. I have a knock sensor bolted onto this block. Can't really see it, but it's something called the Plex knock monitor. Show you here. This little guy here. So the reason why we want to do that is because the ECUs on these Hondas are probably designed in the late 80s, and their technology isn't really great, meaning one thing they really lack is really good knock control. So when you're really trying to lean on these engines and make most power, you don't really know whether the engine's happy or not. So a really good way to do that is to put a knock sensor on it and listen to the engine. Well, I have this this software here. Orange line here, I'm highlighting over it. Orange line here is a knock threshold, meaning these dots here represent engine noise. Orange line is knock threshold, meaning if the engine noise exceeds that knock threshold, we know that the engine's knocking. So although it's not necessarily exceeding our knock threshold, I can see that there's starting to be a little bit more engine noise up top. And we're also making 20 PSI of boost here. Show you. 1 second. So 21 PSI, still not knocking. Everything's nice and safe, but we're at a really good stopping point where we're at now. So what we're about to do right now is we're gonna turn the meth on, increase the boost, or maybe even leave the boost the same and see if it'll accept more ignition timing and make more power. So okay, that's where we're at.
Gotcha.
Disclaimer, yes, the car will make 500 horsepower on pump gas. We talked earlier, these ECUs are old. They don't have good knock control, meaning if you ever get a bad tank of gas, if you're ever hot lapping the car on a hot day and you don't have the octane there, the engine will knock and you will break something. So this is a controlled environment. We're watching knock, we're keeping a close eye on things. Although this is possible, if you're looking for longevity, it's not something that I would recommend you do. But if you want to send it, we're happy to send it, as long as you're aware of what the repercussions could be.
Yeah, guys, so we just started pouring some meth in. Dude, that's crazy. Dude, intake temps dropped down to 50 degrees.
Dude, it dropped 50 degrees? This is what we've been running. That's what we just did.
God damn.
The meth kit seems to be working great. It's kicking on at 11 pounds of boost. It's reading the map signal. And yeah, we're gonna keep on pushing it and see where she stops. So my guess is we're gonna run out of turbo or ignition, one of the two. But hopefully upgrade to a coil on plug kit and then hopefully a bigger turbo and then tranny. So keep watching, guys. We've already probably done a handful of pulls testing this product. I'm surprised my car isn't broken yet. I put it together, so yeah. We're still on pump gas with methanol injection, 100%. Check this out. So you guys just seen that pole? Look at this power curve. It's still on a mission. So this is less boost than before. So right here, this 35 PSI is coming up, kissing 31-ish, 32-ish. But because the turbo is so small, it's choking out. But she's liking it, so that's a good thing. So we're about 598 on pump gas. We want to make more than that, so we're gonna keep on going. Okay, on that last pull, we started running out of ignition. That's a very common thing on stock Dizzy and stuff like that. Usually 600, 620-ish. They don't like all the boost, so maybe call it. I'm not sure yet. We're still testing a few things, but yeah, I'm honestly really happy with it. 600 horsepower, well 598, but we're still gonna figure it out. So. Just cracked 600. We're upgrading one of the nozzles to a 10-gallon nozzle, so now we're running 2 10s. On that pole, we were running a 10 and a 5, so we think a little bit of more meth will help. So right here, we gotta take it apart. This is where all of our horsepower is coming from, right here. And yeah, well, we're gonna send it again. So we're just about done. Dan's cleaning up the tune. There's really not much more to gain, to be honest. Our turbo's maxed out. We're getting close to maxing out our ignition setup. We already started running into that earlier today. I went through and I cleaned the spikes on the distributor and we gapped down our plugs more. So that gave us a little bit of relief, but still isn't safe zone. So we made 615 horsepower on pump gas, B series. And this is an extremely simple setup. CP pistons, Pro 1 camps, 58 turbo. And I'm really happy with it, honestly. That's really cool. So I think in the future, upgrades are definitely gonna be a coil on plug plate and a bigger turbo, and then maybe 700 horsepower pump.
I fucking cranked the boost up.
Thanks, Dan. I appreciate that.
And guys, this is another crazy one. This is baseline temps at the intake right here. This is what we're now reading. Intake on the outside of the intake.
That's insane. So basically, that's a 40-degree temperature difference. Colder air means more horsepower.
Oh, check it. Yeah, boost is identical from last year.
Yeah, just different curves.
It just ramps in a little. Last year, it ramped in a little harder, so we could probably adjust that. I was trying to help it not misfire by bringing in boost later.
Yeah.
So
if this was a coil and plug plate kit, we would never run into that. done? I guess not. The car has more in it. I'm honestly surprised the ignition isn't breaking up yet on pump gas. That's really crazy.
Perfect. Air feels perfect. Hey, show them that air fuel. Check this out.
Yeah, that's good. Good job, Dan. Be proud of yourself. You just made 622 horsepower on a B series pump gas. I don't think that's ever been done before.
Show them the spray plate. Show them the whole system. This, not even knocking.
Look at that, guys. No signs of knocking on 622 horsepower. Holy shit.
Aside from looking at the knock sensor data, we've been pulling spark plugs and taking all the necessary precautions to make sure that it's fine. So perfectly safe, just as is.
I'm happy with that. That's fucking awesome. So we're gonna take this off the dyno. Appreciate you guys watching. It's been a fun night. It's like almost 12 o'clock at night tonight. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. We'll be doing more videos, more upgrades, more installations. I know you guys like that stuff. So make sure you subscribe. And yeah, I'll keep posting more videos, guys. Thank you very much.